Nah.
We're going to Morocco! We are officially going to Morocco. Flights have been booked for an entire month to cover Afcon on behalf of beIN Sports.
We have a little bit of controversy coming out of the top European clubs in the world because coaches and federations are having a little bit of a battle that happens every time that Afcon is on. There is this struggle with coaches not necessarily valuing Afcon for the African players that play for their clubs.
It's like the same thing that was happening last year with y'all. You know, like the first third of the season where Chelsea was just in great form.
Yep.
And everyone was saying, oh, we're not even supposed to be in the title race. Like, we're trying to figure it out. I feel like that mentality was fine last season, but you can't have that this season. Like, you guys now have a squad that is capable of winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
You guys got to Champions League. You guys are, you know, doing great against Champions League. Just had a great win against Barcelona. I feel like you guys need to be able to embrace the potential that the team has.
The Arab Cup consists of Syria, Palestine, Qatar, Tunisia, which is an African nation, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Comoros, another African nation, Kuwait, Egypt, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Bahrain, Iraq, and Sudan. If you created a Caribbean Cup, Southern Urine Cup, an Eastern Urine Cup, like what are all the different like smaller tournaments that you can create based on some sort of shared identity?
What teams in the World Cup group stage would you want your country to draw?
Fuck, I'll figure it out. What is Gabe doing? All right, let's clap it up. Episode 107 of 5 Aside. I'm subbing in today for Gabe, but you know me, host for today, Muse. Who am I here with?
What's going on, guys? Seb.
Kendrick.
It's Josh.
So we just coming back from hopefully good Thanksgiving for everyone.
It was
a lot of great matches that happened while we were gone. I think we can get into it. Let's start with yo guys. Chelsea versus Arsenal, 1-1 draw. How you feeling?
Unfortunately, I missed most of the match due to life unexpectancies, but 1-1 honestly was a good result in my book because I didn't even expect, like I didn't think we were gonna win it, so a draw is the next best thing. We gotta do something about the red cards though.
Thanks.
I think we have 7 red cards this season so far, which is actually like pretty disgusting considering we're only like 12 or 13 games in, maybe.
Aggressive.
So, but we got a really good meme out of it. We got the video of Caicedo being like when he got a red card, he was like, me?
It's always a new meme with y'all every game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but shit, I don't know. To me, that was more of a failure on Arsenal. Like you a man up for 70 minutes and you come out with a 1-1 draw for a team that's supposed to be like the best Arsenal team in a long time. Like you got to pull out some results like that. But you know, we'll see. I'm not saying nothing too early, but City is looking nasty too. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I was talking about this with one of my friends who's a Chelsea fan. It's like the same thing that was happening last year with y'all. You know, like the first third of the season where Chelsea was just in great form.
Yep.
And everyone was saying, oh, we're not even supposed to be in the title race. Like, we're trying to figure it out. I feel like that mentality was fine last season, but you can't have that this season. Like, you guys now have a squad that is capable of winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
You guys got to Champions League. You guys are, you know, doing great against Champions League. Just had a great win against Barcelona. I feel like you guys need to be able to embrace the potential that the team has and believe that, all right, cool. Like last year we had some ups and downs. We were trying to figure it out. We got it to where we need to be. We got top 4. We're playing great. We're second on Prem. We have a chance to take down Arsenal, you know, get that gap. I feel like you guys just need to not be, you guys need to, like people to be selfish. Like I'm saying Esteval and João Pedro, they're trying to pass it while they're in the box, but like y'all just need to go for it. Y'all need some individual brilliance and you guys have the players who could do it. But yeah, I feel like right now, I think Chelsea can do it. They just need to believe that they can.
I mean, I think we've been in this state for a couple of years now, and I actually like it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like we've been in this state of like,
fun.
there's no
My fault, y'all. I'm tweaking right now, but I'm trying to say this shit. Continue.
There's just like no crazy expectations. I think part of it is due to the fact of like how young our team is. Like season after season, we've had the youngest team in the league. And then even this year, we have like a lot of like new pieces that like are start like Esteval, João Pedro, Delap, Garnacho. Like there's a lot of novelty in the team, and so as much as it's like we have the pieces, we could piece together the formula. It's another situation where we're like we're not expecting like this. It doesn't compared to like past Chelsea teams that have like certain superstars and kind of that like wow factor. it still doesn't feel like that team where it's like, oh yeah, like they got it on lock, like they should win the Premier League.
For sure.
It's like if we do, like that's fucking amazing, but like I don't think anybody expects that from this team still.
No, I get you.
Which is like, it's nice.
Y'all
It's like,
still
this is
put
win
out
games.
Motherfucker, you put out a Champions League win with a team like that.
It's a fact. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not taking away anything. It's just like the expectations aren't like, oh, we're gonna win everything. Which is honestly the best state to be in.
In your head, like next 2 to 3 years, like where and like a perfect world, where do you see Chelsea? Like, does that change? Do you change that mentality at some point?
We need to land like one like big like star player. Like we still like, who's our star player? Cole Palmer, yeah, but like in my opinion, he's more like popular star, not necessarily like delivering on the pitch to the degree that like people kind of talk about him. And he's been dealing with a lot of injuries, but like we don't have like a 9 or like a player that's gonna like take over the game. Like we haven't had that in like 5 to 7 years. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like we need like a star signing that's like, okay, this player is actually gonna lead us to like those victories. Until then, it's like, all right, we just enjoying the ride. We keep finishing top 4, and we win these like little tournaments here and there. It's a good time.
I can't be mad at that.
Yeah,
can't be mad at that. Speaking of Barcelona, they just came off from a 3-1 win against Atletico. That's now they're top of La Liga. Real Madrid kind of dropped the ball this weekend with a draw.
Stumbling, boy.
Yeah, stumbling. I don't know. Any thoughts on that, yo?
I need Gabe to speak for his team.
I have a question. It's a bit off topic. You know how like managers can get red cards and then they have to like they don't go to the game, but they're like allowed to sit in the stadium?
Yes.
Do you think they should be allowed to sit in the stadium?
It feels silly that they are and that they're allowed to like walkie-talkie and text and shit.
Like,
so you actually shouldn't be here at all.
So like, what do you do?
Well, but not.
You like make someone watch them?
Like low key, yeah, they gotta be in like a box somewhere.
Yeah.
Like the league should have like a designated place where like that man like you have to go, yeah. Or even like the VAR booth. And like so that way the VAR could also like watch you.
I agree.
No, that's fair.
I don't think you should get red card.
I'm not mad at that. I don't know where my answer would have been until Luis Enrique, because then I'm seeing him in the stands like radioing stuff, and I'm like, all right, like you can't manage your game effectively.
The Roma Napoli game last week, Gasperini had a red card, and he was literally just on his phone, like they were just showing him just on the phone the whole game. So it's like, what are we punished really? So
I mean, it's weird.
What else have I been wondering about? I think it's interesting that Sunderland has a player like Brian Broby on their squad. I think that's like really crazy. Like that a newly promoted side in the Premier League bought the best striker that the Dutch league has.
Why?
Because that's like an insane financial like investment for a newly promoted side. They bought the best player from a top 7 league.
Do you know how much? I don't remember how much they bought him for.
Probably wasn't even that crazy.
Probably wasn't.
Yeah.
No offense to Brobery.
But I'm just like the distance between the Prem and other leagues these days gets like crazy. When I look at the depth that Sunderland has, like they have Granit Xhaka, who literally just won. He just won the Bundesliga.
Right.
Like, and was one of the best players.
Yeah.
Less than 600.
I mean, but low key, like Sunderland is a big club.
Yep. They're also a newly promoted side.
They have a big like reputation. Yep. So it's not like I can't even think it's not like whole city. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, all right, Sunderland kind of has a different weight to it.
Okay. That's a fair
I feel like they can grab those players.
That's a fair point. I don't know. How do you feel as a Prem fan?
About the money?
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that other people are suffering financially, but like entertainment value, you got the money, spend it. That's where the money's at. One thing I want to talk about on the Arsenal tip, the quote from Kimmich. So, Bayern Munich lost to Arsenal about a week ago. And Kimmich comes out with this quote after the game saying, I think PSG was our toughest opponent, especially the way they play football. Arsenal is completely different. They rely on set pieces. They love to play the long balls. Against PSG, it's more of a football game. Today, it was not so much about football. It was about game management. And I want to know, like, how y'all feel about that. It kind of goes back to what everybody's been saying about Arsenal just being haram ball.
I mean, he's right. He's right about that is how Arsenal plays. So it's not crazy for him to say. I just don't think that when you lose a game, you should find a way. It's very un-Bayern Munich, to be honest. To like lose a game to a team that hands you your first loss of the season and you come with excuses.
It didn't feel like excuses. It was just like he was just like they weren't like we played harder teams. I fuck with it low key. He was like I've struggled more against other people. They just like managed the game well and beat us, but like they didn't actually play football.
I mean, that is like you said, like that is how Arsenal plays, but they didn't play like that. They didn't rely on set pieces as much in that game specifically. Like I think only one of those goals was from a set piece. There was that Martinelli goal that was just straight like open play. Like they counterattacked. It was off of a set piece that they counterattacked
And off a long ball.
and and it just I mean Neuer should never come up that like that's
Neuer was tweaking.
Neuer was off out of his body. But in general, I think I don't know. Kimmich has also just been one of those players who like I feel like gets touted for like a weird mentality. Like he's a super class player, but like his mentality aspect has always been something I don't know. Like whenever I hear that, and then obviously he kind of changed around. Like with Hansi Flick was like really great that one year they won the treble and everything. But then like you hear that and then you see his quotes, you're like, all right, like where like I'm confused where the legitimacy of this is. Because at the end of the day, if you lose the game, you lose the game, and that doesn't change anything.
Yeah, what it makes me think of is, and they were talking about this on Filthy recently. Yunus Musa, tomorrow was talking about Yunus Musa, how he said PSG was the hardest team he's ever faced in football ever. So it just speaks to Paris's level because it's not even just when they have the ball.
Playing for which team when did he play PSG?
That's a good question. I don't think it was with the fake.
Must
Had to have been.
No, he's with Atalanta now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It must have been when we played them, but like it's a weird thing for him to say.
Yeah, I don't know which club he was on.
We lost 1-0.
That's the thing. I don't know which club he was on. I don't know which game he was referring to.
He's terrible.
No, but
I've seen
we're
him have really hard days.
I understand, bro. I understand.
no, but bro, I don't know which PSG game he was talking about. But
Bro, speaking of hard days at Milan, can we talk about Fofana?
What happened with Fofana?
No, nothing happened, man.
So it didn't happen.
What a player. I like him. No, Fofana gets the ball in his own box, beats one man, us beats another man, us beats another man, all the way up to the goal line, beats another man. Leao runs across to create space, so Fofana should go left. Instead, he goes right. He's about to score. He sprinted the entire field, and he literally just whiffs.
Like he missed.
Literally whiffs on the ball and falls. And the ball just kind of like peters out. He ran the whole field just to whiff.
yeah, everybody.
You know what happens?
saw that.
It happens.
No, but the thing that made it so funny was the ref cam. I know we were talking about this ref POV.
Yeah,
The ref
The ref
POV.
game is fantastic.
I didn't know how I felt about it until that moment. I'm like, this needs to be a thing in every game because the angle is so funny.
Guys, the Arab Cup is happening right now.
Yeah, and
How do you guys feel about the concept of an Arab Cup?
What do you mean, bro? I need more context before you
Let me give you the
drop
teams.
that question.
You're the teams in the Arab Cup.
can I talk about something while you're bringing up the teams?
Yeah.
So great little clip if you guys have seen it. What did you say? You said no. Nah, great scenes. There's a video that came of Palestinian fans watching Palestine beat Qatar in the opening match. This is the host game.
Yep.
And I did like you really see like what it means to them. And I think obviously I don't know where you're wanting to go from this from like an Arab Cup perspective, but it's beautiful to see that a country that like has gone through so much is still able to like unify and like have those kind of moments. And I think it's important that like competitions like the Arab Cup exist in the same way that like Afcon exists, because one, there's like these things that happen in our country that, you know, as a diaspora we're looking from like the outside in. I think these events allow us to like kind of reconnect and like have a sense of pride in like just how strong and like our people are and our heritage are. Same with how like I want to talk about like Ethiopia, but yeah, I think it's regardless of like what, you know, it means to like what the cup itself means. I think just that it's there and like, you know, people like countries like Palestine can participate despite everything that's going on and like make that kind of message is important.
Yep, I agree.
Where?
So the Arab Cup consists of Syria, Palestine, Qatar, Tunisia, which is an African nation, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Comoros, another African nation, Kuwait, Egypt, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, Algeria, Bahrain, Iraq, and Sudan. So
Interesting.
It is an interesting group of countries. All of them have some way, shape, or form a link to the concept of being Arab. But I do think it's interesting that it's a FIFA sanctioned cup called the Arab Cup around a word that is somewhat controversial. And it could be cool based on this precedent if FIFA is down to just kind of bulldoze through the concept of, all right, we don't care if people are going to be weird about the concept of Arabness. We're just going to do it based on this region and this group of people have this shared culture. What if you created a Caribbean Cup, a Southern Urine Cup, an Eastern Urine Cup? Like, what are all the different, like, smaller tournaments that you can create based on some sort of shared identity?
Caribbean will be different from Arab, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you think it would be worth creating a Caribbean Cup, worth creating a Southeast Asia Cup, worth creating an Eastern Europe Cup?
But Arab is more like ethnic, no?
Yes, absolutely. So then you could create, for Eastern Europe, you could create like a Balkan Cup if you wanted to.
That would be just pure chaos.
Yes, it would.
Yeah,
but how is the Arab Cup any different?
No,
Like,
of course. I'm just, bro. Yeah, no.
But it is an ethnic cup, which is, you know,
Yeah, it's a little.
FIFA ethnic cup.
I mean, I don't have an issue with it,
No, neither do I. Neither do I.
but it does raise a question of like, how do you replicate this? And like, or maybe it doesn't need to be replicated. Maybe it's just like the Arabs got it.
More so why?
Like, why did they do it?
Where did this come from? For what?
Yeah.
It's the second one. It's the second one that they've done.
Why is this the second one?
I don't understand your question.
Like, think about, I don't know, the first time that it happened, like what?
The first time they did
Like,
it
what
was to
spurred it,
allow.
yeah.
The first time they did it realistically was to allow Qatar some time to prepare for the World Cup.
Okay.
So they created a tournament to give Qatar time to test their facilities.
Yeah.
Okay, see, that's what I was wondering about, because I remember reading that Egypt had these three like they're almost treating them like they're friendlies to prepare for Afcon. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that, but
I think the rules are the players you bring have to play in your nation, and they cannot also represent you at Afcon. So the
Oh.
Morocco team is completely different from the Morocco team that's going to Afcon. Completely different.
okay, interesting.
It's fascinating.
Yeah,
But like CAF has the same thing. You know how there's two CAFs?
yeah,
Like one is
It's like the CAF
one is homegrown players, one is non-homegrown players.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know there were two caps.
I think it's like Sekafa or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of CAF though, beautiful story going
Yes,
on
sir.
in East Africa. After 22 long years, Ethiopia U17 Afcon has advanced. They are there in the tournament for the first time.
Fire.
You know, they started off, they went through the group stages, top of their group, really dominant fashion, really great win against South Sudan. We went 4-1 on them. And then we went on, unfortunately, we lost to Uganda in the semifinals, but in the third place game, we beat Kenya 3-0. Dawid Kasa, who ended up as the top scorer of the tournament, had like 8 goals across the tournament.
Fire.
The captain, Binyam Abraha, had a great goal as well. And I think, I've been a big proponent on East Africa's eventual rise into soccer, because on paper, it makes a lot of sense that a lot of these East African nations have the talent and they have the technique to be able to, you know, be some of the best footballers in the world. But the issue has always been a matter of infrastructure. And that's, you know, I think that's something that like the country is finally starting to acknowledge, and like what is a very decisive kind of polarizing time to be Ethiopian. So they're now, you know, they're scouting across like the whole country itself. It's not just these big cities. Dawid Kasa, the top goal scorer, who came from Bahir Dar, which is like this town in like the southern part of Amhara. So the Amhara region, it's more of a lake town. It's like, it's not really what you think about when you think of football, but it's nice that they're kind of trying to pull talent from all these different parts of the country. The coach itself, Benjamin Zimmer, he's this German who's like, this is like his second real coaching job. The team came together super last minute, but it's a very, you know, inspiring story for the country. And I hope that these players can kind of be the precedent for what happens when these East African nations kind of realize that the talent that they have in their country can take them places. And as a diaspora, I'm really hoping that the diaspora can kind of, you know, reunite on this, because again, I don't remember the last time that I've ever been this excited about Ethiopian sports that wasn't cross country or something like that.
Facts.
So I think
I'm not gonna lie, I have to push back though on the infrastructure thing.
In what way?
I don't think that like
He
most.
gonna push back on his country, bro.
I mean, he lived
We're
in
on
the
a
country,
podcast.
so
I was
yeah.
there.
Yeah, so that's the
The
only reason.
infrastructure's not that bad. It's better than a lot of countries that
No,
do a
it
lot
is.
better
It is.
than
It
y'all in
is.
sports.
But I mean, infrastructure in the sense of how,
Gosh.
the domestic league and like the federation and the government all like interact. Like that relationship of power is like very confusing, because some of the domestic teams are like backed by corporations, so they have the money to be able to like get players and have facilities and all of that. But then there's a lot where there's like mismanagement of funds.
Sure.
So a big issue has been Ethiopia is like the lack of birth certificates and like players not being able to verify their age, which is why we haven't been able to participate in these kind of competitions. So the fact that Ethiopia is kind of like, you know, aligned and realize like, all right, cool, like we're now associating like a head of scouting. We now have people within the federation who are like much more dedicated and putting in resources to this. And then even then, I think there was a 10 million bud prize for like the winner of it. So Ethiopia, like that goes a long way in terms of developing the youth team, incentivizing others to, you know, go and like scout in these other regions to bring in more talent. And even I think from like a diaspora perspective, there's probably
Where is the largest group of Ethiopians diasporically?
If it's not us, it's
Because West African nations get lucky
yeah.
from a footballing perspective. They go to France, they go to Belgium. And so lucky. From a footballing perspective, it allows for you to exist in a country that has the infrastructure to help your people grow.
Yeah.
And so then when those national teams need to pull players back, they have a lot of players that grew up in systems that are French, Belgium, that have like strong footballing systems. Ghana, UK, right? So Nigeria, UK.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think it honestly might be DC. Like, I mean, the United States in general, but DC specific, and like that's why DC United and Ethiopia had this friendly.
Right.
They also announced a partnership where they're trying to like create more pathways for pro players to come in. So I mean, like
that means your country is finished.
No, I mean I know in the long term, but like the fact that they're even taking a step in that direction is like a sign for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure eventually there's going to be a time where like we look at Naomi Goodma, for example.
Exactly.
Obviously, she's, you know,
Where's she from?
She is from like where in Ethiopia, like where in the U.S. San Diego, I believe.
West Coast.
I believe she's from San Diego.
Yeah.
Or somewhere around there.
No,
but
yeah.
Johannes also?
Lily Johannes is
Eritrean or
from.
Ethiopia?
She's Eritrean. She
big baller.
lived. Actually, I think she lived somewhere on the East Coast. I forgot where.
Big
But she
baller.
She grew up in the Netherlands. But yeah, I think this is like a sign of, you know, what, you know,
The Netherlands. Y'all be in the Netherlands.
we do be in the Netherlands. We're
Wonderful
actually
work.
heavy in Sweden. A lot of Ethiopians in Sweden.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Eritreans more, but like Sweden, Norway, a lot of us there. Weirdly enough, in like Australia, like I've heard there's a lot of Ethiopians in Australia.
That
So
makes sense.
I know we're pretty dispersed, but I think you just like you really don't know what can happen if, you know, you have this one Ethiopian baller who's like great, like played college ball, maybe playing the MLS, and then they don't like that's kind of like the peak, like they're not making it to the U.S. national team. But in sudden they get this opportunity to represent Ethiopia, you like string together a handful of those kind of players, players who like have something to prove. They want to prove that Ethiopia can, like, you know, be one of the better nations in African football. Then you have something that they're playing for something bigger than themselves, which I think we've seen that happen where it's like Morocco. I think they've realized the situation was bigger than themselves and they play into that, and like that's a sign of the infrastructure. So I don't know. I think it's so much work, but I'd much rather be on the optimistic side. I think from like a diasporic perspective, I think we should be really in support of this and you know pushing other people to kind of like follow this journey, because
Where is it?
it's gonna be. I mean, the qualifiers were in Ethiopia. I don't know where the U17 Afcon actually takes place, but it's next year. And who knows if, you know, we're able to do well there. One day Ethiopia's able to qualify for U17 World Cup. Youth continues to come up to there. It's a long way, but super proud of them. Y'all keep doing your thing, and yeah.
I want to go grab Gabe.
I think there's enough of y'all to
Oh, there definitely
give it
is.
20, 30 years, y'all.
Bro, I was gonna say, yeah, shout out Gideon Zelala.
Shout out him.
Because I mean, like, even when he started representing Germany at like a youth level, I think represented the US for a little bit.
Yeah.
Came up through Arsenal. Even if though he didn't end up like panning out, if he had Ethiopia to kind of, I don't want to say fall back onto, but like, you know, catch a second win, still get international football.
Yeah.
That could have like while he was coming up, like Ethiopia's last AFCON at the senior level was 2020. No, it wasn't 2020, maybe 2013. It was a while ago.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean, if you get a player like Gideon Zelalem, that can change the whole you know, landscape of how you perceive football in the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Word.
shout out to Gabe for doing this shit. I don't understand how he hosts. I'm not even trying, but like how he hosts is insane. Impressed for him.
I mean, he
Tell him.
thinks about it prior, so it's like
Yeah.
And he cares about everything that he wants to talk
Tell him how you feel, man.
Oh.
I mean, on the international topic, I've been thinking a lot about the World Cup and like how the conversation has shifted from celebrations with all these teams, Haiti, Curacao, etc., to like all the visa issues.
Yeah.
And like all the concerns about travel. Haiti and Iran, most notably, are both on Trump's travel ban list, and so people will not be able to, fans won't be able to travel from those countries to come to the tournament next summer. And there's like exemptions for
Players and staff,
but even that gets kind of muddled when it comes to like who counts as staff, and like there's delays and whatnot. But most notably, the World Cup draw is this Friday, and apparently there were like 9 members from the Iranian delegation who were like banned, like specifically like by Trump, from like attending the ceremony.
I thought it was a boycott. Weren't they boycotting it?
I think they're also boycotting,
Okay.
but I think it might be in response to the fact that select members from the Iranian delegation were banned from like coming to the ceremony. So I don't know. It's just like it's a weird time because it's like, damn, you want to celebrate the tournament, you want to celebrate like what's about to happen here, but then it's just like constantly getting muddled. Like it was like so much joy at the end of qualifiers. Immediately like Trump. And it's like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy this shit.
Damn, one of the denied visas was specifically for the president of the Iranian Football Federation, Bejitaj. But yeah, it was several others. And they were saying, we're going to boycott this until you provide visas for everyone of the delegation.
And so it's cause it's one of, like, imagine you on like I don't know, you on like a fire group project. Like the whole class gets to travel for like the best field trip ever, bro. Like we going straight to fucking Nice, bro. Like we about to be in Monaco, like for F1 to study like the countryside, and like 4 of your niggas can't come. It's just like, damn, bro. Like I want to have fun, but my niggas can't come with me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a sport.
Yeah, I don't have anything profound.
Also with Russia. You see what Russia proposed?
What happened with Russia?
You see what Russia proposed?
Bro,
Russia said they were going to host the World Cup.
Nah.
Don't.
Don't tell me this shit.
Yeah, it's a World Cup with teams that didn't qualify as a means to pressure FIFA to let them back in.
Don't tell me this shit.
Nigeria is one of the nations that are interested.
Yeah. Serbia.
Yo, tell me, this is AI?
Cameroon?
This is AI?
No, this is real.
It's real. Nigeria, Cameroon, perhaps Italy. Yep.
When are they trying to host this?
Same time, brother.
See?
Same time.
Bro, the thing is like,
this is real?
Yeah, bro. The thing is like, who do they get to broadcast this, bro?
The Zone.
Yeah.
Whoever
What up, Rich?
whoever broadcast it will low-key get blackballed though.
Why?
No, that's why I asked.
It's a
They're
direct
gonna get
competitor to the FIFA World Cup.
because the World Cup rights are gone too from Fox after this year. So like I feel like no one would touch that if you actually want to try and go for World Cup rights. Like that's
This is a real proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is real. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
Like where is it in the like?
Russia sent emails to all the federations.
They're like Russia's.
Let's go. Let's do it.
This is our 5 second
Low
week.
key,
of it.
that's kind of tough. It's kind of tough though.
Look at that. Hold on. I need to film that. Look at that.
Bienvenue, mon gars.
Gabe just walked in.
Bienvenue. How you say it in Spanish?
That's a cozy airport fit. Cozy on the plane.
Ya tú sabes.
How was Morocco?
Que lo que?
Story. What happened? They canceled your flight or something?
No, they told a bunch of us that the gate was here.
No, tell it on the pod. Tell it on the
And
pod.
we're all just like, oh, bet. I'm sure it wasn't Morocco's.
Yeah, I know. It was your people.
It
was your people.
Every time the shot in Spain, this is why my dad left the country. Like, actually, you niggas are fucking. This is why my fault. Bro, and it's so funny. You know, airport stories is like, you have a Brazilian, a Senegalese, an American, and a Mexican all in the same situation. That's how you know you really fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Gabe, I've never seen you this chill before.
This chill?
Yeah, you're out.
Zen Poppy.
Oh, the fit. Zen is how I didn't lose my mind yesterday.
That's a fact.
Kept it from tweaking.
What's the pose?
No,
Erling
bro,
Haaland.
airport.
Erling
I
Haaland.
mean, hotel by the airport.
So what happened?
Okay, so
Hey guys, so if you plan on traveling, to watch soccer sometime this year,
yeah.
listen to Gabe for
I
what
mean, this wasn't
not
even
to.
that. It's just airport shit in general. 'Cause you know, it's different countries. I am Spanish. I used to live in Madrid. I've been to Madrid's airport. That's home for me, whatever. But I haven't. First off, it's mad weird. I was in Sevilla, had to take a 6 a.m. train to Madrid to fly to Morocco to go to the U.S. When one, there's Madrid to New York, mad easy, and Sevilla is closer to Morocco than Madrid. Sevilla's in the south. That's like the quickest, like, you know what I'm saying? Andalusia, you
But
can.
do they have an airport though?
Sevilla?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Sevilla has an airport. Jesus Christ.
Yo, is that a crazy question?
That's a crazy. That they have 7 Europa Leagues, bro. You think they don't have an airport?
Bro, there are major
Nigga.
Bro, Ithaca, New York has an airport.
All right, fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just Sevilla has
There
an
are
airport.
cities in the airport there are
I know.
cities in the world that don't have fucking airports.
I know, but Sevilla's like,
Sevilla's what, nigga?
they have 7 Europa Leagues, bro. So you thought,
Tom,
niggas,
man,
how would
Tom,
people
man.
get to Sevilla to play?
Take a
Tom,
bus.
man, Tom.
You thought, like, when Man United lost in the Europa League to Sevilla, they couldn't fly
He got
to
on the
Sevilla.
bus. They got on the bus
Yo.
to Morocco.
Hey man, sorry, I'm not as.
It's already just like a weird trip. It's like, why am I in Sevilla? It's like being in Atlanta to go to Miami, and then you fly to New York first. It's always mad weird.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
To go to LA or some shit. You get there, boom, print out the boarding pass on time, security quick, everything, boom. You know, we go to gate 43 and it looks a little empty. But we ask her, you sure that this is the gate for our things? It's on our boarding pass, but it looks kind of empty. She's like, yeah. We ask again, she's like, yeah. And then the Brazilian dude comes through, asks the same thing. Twice, yeah. And then the Senegalese do the same thing. And then someone asked for like
how did you know what they were?
What do you mean? Oh, we learned by the end because we became homies trying to figure out how to get a new flight.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was like one of those airport stories.
He can smell it.
What?
That's what you wanted me to say. That's what you wanted me to say.
Jesus, what?
What you want me to say?
Nah, I'm wondering how it came about,
Oh no, eventually,
bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I have travel questions, nigga. All right,
Yeah. And then eventually, so the shit leaves at 1. It's like 1:10. She's like, oh no, the gate's over there. So we run over and it was obviously too late. But then they were like super unapologetic. Nah, it's your fault, blah blah. You should
So they
check the
took off
screens.
without like 9 people on the flight?
Yeah, bro. Well, 4.
Your
but
luggage?
it wasn't that many people anyways. Yeah.
With your luggage?
The luggage didn't scan, so they didn't take it. Because the luggage didn't scan because
Okay.
my boarding pass didn't. But Itzel's did.
Oof.
But she's grabbing it now. She's good.
Got you.
But just a shit show there, mad unapologetic. Then you go to the Royal Morocco booth. They close at like 1:30 p.m. midday. So then we couldn't talk to those people. We're calling everybody. We had to leave through security, go through passport again. Oh my God, like 6-7 hours. So didn't realize we just had to stay in Madrid the other night and take the same 1 p.m. flight to Madrid, layover in Casablanca to go to New York the next day. And now I'm straight here. But all the Afcon shit is there. It's on like the food and the
It's there?
everything's there.
All that African
All
shit.
that Afcon shit is there.
Shit, all that malarkey.
Wait, once I was on the Royal Morocco flight, they took care of us, you know, gave us some food, 2 meals on the long flight. So it was good.
Shout out to the Royals,
Did
man.
we announce that we're going to Morocco?
Nah.
We're going to Morocco! We are officially going to Morocco. Flights have been booked for an entire month
Yes, sir.
Yes,
to cover Afcon on behalf of beIN Sports. Absolutely crazy. How we feeling, fellas? This is my flu game too, by the way. I'm just stepping right in, like, yeah.
Nah, we appreciate it, bro. It's exciting.
Unreal.
I was telling
Dreams come
Josh.
true again.
I was telling
Again.
Josh last night. I was like, bro, it hasn't really hit yet. Like,
No.
it hasn't. I haven't
It's
processed.
in 2 weeks,
I
man.
haven't processed the fact that we're about to be together for a month straight
We have time to talk about this?
in another country.
Why not?
No, I was.
Is this even an episode?
Yeah, this is in the episode.
Okay. Is this an episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Morocco, you can't do anything. So 2 things y'all need to know. Two things you guys need to know about Morocco. The first thing is when you show the map of Africa and Morocco, you have to be really careful about which map you show. Because Morocco has that issue with Western Sahara, which is not a joke. They don't play about that shit. So when we do any Afcon stuff, we have to be really careful about what map we show. Because there's some maps that show Western Sahara as part of Morocco, and some maps that show Western Sahara as a independent nation.
We could probably just do the flat maps to just have the.
Yeah, we're not even going, you know.
Or I don't even know if we need a map. I wasn't even
But
thinking about.
if we do
maps.
like a graphic on a thing
Yeah.
or whatever,
no,
be careful
flags
about that.
is cool.
that's some
Flags is
serious
cool.
stuff for them. The other thing is like the king is real important in Morocco. So you need to have an image of the king with you in all studios and all sets and all restaurants, like any
That
league,
part is
any
true.
establishment needs to have.
That's calm.
I was there. There
Those are
was
the two
Mad
things.
King. Mad
Shout
King.
out, shout out to the king, bro.
I had a great time in Marrakesh. Excited for Rabat.
Yeah.
Got a little taste of the Casablanca airport for us too. It was calm, normal shit.
I was watching some videos about 7 things to do in Rabat,
Yeah.
so I'm ready.
What are the 7 things?
gonna
Like,
do?
I'm so excited now. Like, what we
I
doing?
don't even remember.
Okay.
That's how excited. Like it came in my head. I was like, and then it just left.
I heard you.
But I bookmarked it. I bookmarked the TikToks.
I love it.
But yeah, nah, I haven't comprehended what it's just even about to happen.
Yeah. Like when I landed in the Casablanca, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be back in 2 weeks from.
Yeah, it's kind of nasty, but it's amazing at the same time.
Yeah, I gotta catch that train to Rabat.
I'm just excited for all the footy. Like I'm excited to
Yeah.
not worry about. Like I was telling a friend, I was like, yo, like to like kind of leave the current life that I'm. Like it's almost like we're like about to live a different life for a month.
It is,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like all the obligations and like the things that I've like been trapped in, like the cycle that I've been in here. It's just like all that shit is gonna be on pause, and then I get to just enjoy like footy and like work and create all the shit that we're gonna make,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be like literally in a different world for a month.
Intensity's about to be crazy.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
tournament, man. It's always good to touch the continent, though.
It's a fact. Ghana not gonna be there.
Dickhead.
My fault. Nah, cause I was thinking, I'm like, damn, we got our shit, and I'm like, damn, no Ghana though.
It's a fact, bro. We get to see other countries do well.
Facts.
It's a lot of history that's going to be made there, too. And as I always say, 6 months later, another big international tournament going.
It's a fact. Speaking of that though, speaking of Ghana, the World Cup draw is on Friday.
Yes, sir, ski.
And I think a good activity for us to walk through is what teams would y'all want your
Actually-
country to be?
I actually have it prepped.
Huh?
I have it prepped. Like the most possible hardest team the U.S. could face, and then the easiest group the U.S. could face.
I don't care about Gabe cares about
Oh,
the
so that's the problem. With
What?
these
Let me ask a question.
niggas.
What teams in the World Cup group stage would you want your country to draw?
Spain, we ready for all the smoke. Y'all tu sabes. I'm not worried about nobody, to be honest. You
Put
heard
it-
Lamine?
I want y'all to
you heard
put
Lamine's
together a group,
answer.
though.
Yes.
In
You just said, yeah, you said in English?
In
Yes.
English? In English?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Yes, in English.
But looking at the pots, though,
actually-
I'll drop the pots in the chat.
Yeah,
I want to know like
I put it in the chat as well.
I want to
Yeah,
know
I'll
like
add you one.
what
I'll be real. Who you don't want to face?
what teams would you
what
put?
team do you
I
want
gotta
to-
make mine.
What team do
Actually,
you
I'll
want
give
me
you
to-
mine. I'll give you mine.
I don't
Ready?
have a team in the World Cup.
Well, pick one, bro.
Ready for Spain? Give me probably Austria out of pot 2.
Okay.
Pot 3, give me Qatar, probably.
Garbage.
So you want the easy route is what I'm hearing.
No, are you saying the easiest?
I'm just saying, what do you want? That sounds like you're
Spain?
taking the easiest route.
I don't really. I mean, Spain's gonna win the group, broski. We gonna find a way. So,
Gosh.
because we won a tough group with who was it? Croatia, Albania, Italy. in the Euros.
Don't let y'all see Morocco again.
Shit, Lamine said it himself, bro. I'm glad he finally said it. That's right. Lamine wanted to play for Spain the whole time. Better opportunity, my nigga, of course. I'd love to play Morocco.
Yeah.
Go to early test.
Better opportunity. Don't let y'all see Morocco.
Bro, Lamine versus Morocco,
That'd
fucking
be- in the
scenes.
group
Actually,
stage, that'd be tough.
give us Morocco.
Does Lamine celebrate if he scores against Morocco?
Yeah, I got to.
He celebrates.
He'll do something slick though. He'll do something slick, but he'll
You're
celebrate.
not gonna dance on him.
Yo, hey Lamine, I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you do it,
Depends on
fam.
his scores.
Does it?
Yeah.
You know
some
what's gonna
people,
be.
What goal could he score that he has to
Bro,
dance on Morocco?
some people lose their head.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's head loss, bro.
If I were to pick,
That's terrifying. Get lost.
Wait, where's Haiti?
The goal has to be a bank before he forgets. He forgets what he was trying to do.
This nigga wants Brazil.
chill.
As a Haitian, who do you want?
If I were to make a
France.
World Cup group for Haiti,
Yeah.
France is up first for sure.
Yeah.
Give me France.
Scenes,
Placide versus Mbappe,
bro.
bro.
The pregame, the pregame banter, the pregame scenes, the pregame chat, bro. Well, actually, like the Haitian players had to sacrifice their life for that game, bro. Like everything is on the line, bro.
Did you know Placide
Does it
is
change for you if the whole French team is black?
Yeah. What? What do you mean?
Yes or no?
What are you asking?
Does the feeling in your heart change? as a
No,
Haitian?
it's the representation.
He's
bro.
gonna tell him to come
It's the symbolicness, bro.
You're gonna hear the anthem before, and it's like, all right, niggas on time.
It's actually France. Like we beat y'all asses hundreds of years ago. We about to beat y'all again.
Dickhead. type shit.
Nah, that would be seen. So
Have to.
definitely, I want France. Like I'll give everything for France. I'll give my firstborn child. Pop 2, I'm gonna say Senegal, just so we can get a little like
You said you sent the pots in the chat.
yeah,
I put him here too in IG.
Thank you.
just so we can get a little francophone action. A lot of people say Senegal is like our distant brother, cousin, whatever the fuck. So that'll be cool. Pot 3, I'm gonna go Uzbekistan.
You want one win,
Yeah.
one attempted,
These guys.
one loss that's only by 2. Like
we could be
Gabe's laugh
Senegal.
is so
you could be
We
Senegal.
could be Senegal.
Senegal
right now,
decides to have bad chemistry.
in the next 6 months, we need one defender and we need one more like strong offensive player. We'll be able to take anybody on.
Y'all are just like Cameroon, man. Y'all decided St. Maximin was Haitian.
Huh?
Y'all decided St. Maximin was Haitian, just like
Bro,
that.
I'm not gonna
He
lie,
said, I'm actually
I don't know where that came from though.
from Haitians, man.
Probably.
Did you know Placide? I'm fucking it up because that stupid ass pronouncer. Placide is famous in Mexico.
What?
Because I was with Mexicans in Spain,
Nah,
and then we somehow were talking about the World Cup or Haiti or something. And he's had multiple times had the absolute craziest games ever against Mexico. And so it became a whole, I forgot what the phrase is, but there's now a phrase in Mexico about like stopping people or some shit related to Placide. The most random shit ever.
that's actually
Literally.
tough.
I was like, wait, what is happening?
But I was telling y'all he be whipping up
Yo,
the most crazy
like,
things.
crazy.
Like he'll have a bad game and then he'll
It's always
oh,
the beat too. It's
exactly.
crazy.
All right, Gabe.
For Spain?
No, I have the U.S. groups for you.
Okay.
So
What?
Give me US.
as a U.S. national team fan, right, Gabe?
And a proud Black American.
yes, and a proud Black American.
Black American. Black American.
Big
Go
up yourself. One more time.
Yo, we don't talk about Black
Big up
Americans enough in the soccer
yourself.
space. Don't get me started. Go ahead.
It's a facto.
So,
Everybody want to talk about what
Black
niggas,
Star,
some
Black
niggas is just
Star.
American, nigga. You know
Black
what I'm saying?
Star.
to it, boy.
Black Star from
Black
here,
Star.
nigga.
It's a
USA.
fact.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
boy.
It's a fact.
Black Star Soccer.
This
Watch
is
your
my
mouth.
home, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Black Star.
Shout out Black Star.
Shout out Pat. As a proud Black American, U.S. men's national team fan,
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you, right?
Yes, sir.
So the easiest group that the U.S. can get, based on how the pots can kind of organize themselves, is a group with the U.S., Qatar, Senegal, and New Zealand.
That's the easiest?
That's the easiest.
You don't think
that's true.
Austria is
That's not
easier
true.
than Senegal or Iran or South
Australia?
Korea? Or
Australia even.
I don't.
Australia is a harder game.
Austria is easier than Senegal, too.
Australia is a harder
These two
game than
don't.
Senegal.
Well, first of all, you can't get both New Zealand and Australia.
True.
Okay, fair.
So the way that like the
Oh, because
easiest,
okay.
so the easiest Asian team in that second pot is Qatar. They're actually the easiest team in that second pot.
Pot
is Qatar.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you'd have to get a Senegal, like which is like the best of that next group that you can get, and then New Zealand is by far the worst team you can get. But then that blocks out all the other Oceania teams.
Mm.
All
So
right,
based on the way the math is done,
my
Oh,
fault.
because you can't have multiple.
I
You
should've-
can't,
I
you
should've
can't
let
have
you
2
cook.
Europeans, though.
you can.
Because they have so
You
many
can.
people.
But that would be worst
many
case
people.
scenario to get 2 Europeans.
Yeah.
So I'll say it again.
Okay.
The groups that you could, the easiest group that the U.S. could get is the U.S., Qatar, Senegal, and New Zealand. How do you think the U.S. does in a group like that?
Well, first off, with the new rules of the top 8 third place teams going through, absolutely going through, minimum top 2, I think we probably win the group at home.
Okay.
I think we would tie Senegal in the next 2 games, probably.
The hardest group the U.S. could get.
We just
is,
beat Uruguay 5-1. Don't play with me.
It's true.
Why you looked at me like that?
Because we don't talk
I'm
about
gonna
the
zoom
U.S.
in.
as well.
I'm gonna zoom in on that. Y'all didn't even see the way he
Yeah,
just looked
bro.
at
It's
me.
2 a.m. in Spain time, but I'm still ready.
The
Fuck.
hardest group the U.S.
We don't
could
talk
get
about the U.S.
is
when they do well. That's true. We don't. We actually were like mad
Y'all didn't even
quiet.
see that shit, bro.
Norway. So U.S.,
Nah, Norway pot 3 is crazy.
U.S.,
Yes.
Norway, Morocco, and then potentially one of the winners that comes out of Europe, Italy. So U.S.,
That would
Norway,
be a
Morocco,
nasty
Italy.
group to draw for the host.
U.S., Norway, Italy,
And
Morocco.
Morocco.
That's a tough.
I
group.
think
That's the hardest.
Italy
possible
gets
group the US
last.
could get. Okay.
we get first or second.
The U.S. gets first or second.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but all the top 3 in that group go through. Because the new rules is 48 teams. So 8th of the 8 best third place teams go through. I think the top 3 would go through.
So
Italy
give me the
finishes
order
last.
in that group.
Start last.
nah. We'll start first. I'll go Morocco, U.S., Norway, Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Can't wait for the World Cup, man.
Yeah.
Ghana.
What's the word?
What,
Y'all don't deserve pot 4, bro. That
What
puts
group-
you on a bit of a
what group would y'all
disadvantage.
make? Who would you want to
The
play
pots are
against?
based on
It's ranking. It's not.
seeding.
Yeah.
And then you
What do you think
decide.
about quality? Like Ghana's pot 4.
You do deserve it.
What have they done recently?
They missed Afcon, so
That's
they do deserve
fair.
it. They've been
Yeah,
garbage.
I mean, just more. So you're saying which teams would I want to face off
Yeah.
of narrative, or just like teams that are shit?
Either one. Like, what would you want to come Friday? What would
You
you
got
want
to see Uruguay again.
Honestly, for the group stage, I want to see Part 3, Cote d'Ivoire. Just have some West African banter going on there.
I don't think you can.
No,
okay,
you
so that's
can't.
the thing.
You can't face an African.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. My fault. Starting from Part 1, we could do the U.S. Ghana versus U.S. has history. That'll
Classic.
be good run back.
Classic.
Um,
Your people.
yeah, for a
If you
fact.
claim.
Going to Part 2. South Korea, we beat them last year. I mean, last World Cup. So that's right.
Yeah, you did.
That was a nasty
Yeah,
episode.
you did.
Looking back, that was a nasty episode from us.
100. So
Nah, it was culture, bro.
we could run that
bad.
back.
Scotland?
I've never seen Ghana face Panama.
That
That'd
would
be
be
a
a fun
hectic
game.
I don't know
game.
if you want to see that.
Yeah, them
That
boys.
would be sneaking out the
I don't know
wins.
if you want to see that.
Hey man, I don't want it to all be easy.
Yeah.
Panama will be a very formidable opponent.
Yep.
That anything can happen. But I just haven't seen Ghana versus Panama.
Neither have I.
It's fair.
I want Spain, Morocco, though.
Like I want some new matchups that create new relationships between countries. For me,
Yeah.
world.
I want Spain, Morocco, whoever in 3, and then give me Haiti. So the Gabe Rose derby. Yo, Lamine versus Haiti.
Don't laugh, nigga.
Yo, my bad.
That's a home game for Haiti. That's a home game for Haiti, regardless of where they put
If it's
us.
in Florida, y'all might win, actually.
That's what I'm saying,
in
bro.
Florida, I
Don't
might
let us
forgot,
get a
right?
Miami game.
I know.
Come see us. Come see
In
us
Miami?
in Miami, bro.
That's fair.
Well, me won't even understand what you're saying. Just be smiling.
Huh?
Me won't understand what you're saying.
Nah,
Just be smiling the whole time.
Hey, man.
That's funny.
If Italy makes this World Cup, give me South Korea from Pot 2. Give me Qatar from Pot 3. And
Yeah.
give me Canada in Pot 1.
Yeah.
Let's just advance.
Yeah, y'all go.
Just
You
advance.
literally might not.
Might not.
Y'all could
Might not.
lose to Qatar.
I know.
No, if Italy gets in, I
Uh-huh.
feel like they'd take a good group to not make it through. If
Italy
they're
gets
in,
Italy gonna win the World Cup.
that's not happening. Wasn't your last World Cup a group stage, L?
It was.
It was.
It was
And then
indeed.
didn't qualify 3 after that. But now they're gonna win it. They're gonna
This
be
is the nigga that be
France,
like, oh,
Argentina,
don't say anything too good.
Catenaccio and all that
Nigga said if
shit.
we get through, we're gonna win the World Cup.
Yo,
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
that'd be like one of the crazier
Four World
upsets.
That's
It'd be-
what Italy does. That's what Italy does,
Nah,
man.
bro. 2016 was unbelievable. Like
When
when
was-
y'all win World Cups, the squad is crazy.
When we won the Euros,
2006.
The Euros, I will give you, but it did
2006.
start well. That's
Euros-
2006.
Euros, the squad was.
Oh,
It's the
16. No,
fatigue.
no, no,
The
no.
fatigue.
2006. 2006, I had a great squad.
If Italy gets to the World Cup, they're winning it.
It was still a haram ball win.
You just gotta win 8 games. Winning 8 games not that crazy.
Here we go.
Not that
The
crazy.
pressure on each game is fucking end of the world.
Are y'all coming with me to Mexico to go watch Iraq?
I would love to.
I'd love to as
That's the plan.
Is it? It's Mexico City?
I believe it's
Azteca.
Guadalajara.
Guadalajara?
I believe it's
Who they
GDL.
playing, bro?
Back to Guadalajara.
Mexico plays either. Sorry, Iraq plays either the winner of the
Suriname?
Suriname New Caledonia game.
Iraq got it. What? Oh, not gonna win. Yeah, yeah. And then the other side is Congo versus Jamaica,
Jamaica.
or it's another Caribbean. No, it can't be.
I can just check.
Congo's playing Jamaica.
Potentially,
Most likely.
it's gonna be an insane game. Who you want?
Jamaica's getting cooked, bro.
They-
They couldn't get past Curacao, bro.
yeah, Jamaica's looks really
Respect
sad.
to Curacao,
And they, bro,
shit.
the coach resigned too.
Yeah,
coach is
they're-
not-
they're
Newcastle,
getting
New
cooked.
Caledonia.
Oh,
and
so
Jamaica.
okay, New Caledonia versus Jamaica. Other side is Suriname
No,
versus.
sorry, I said Congo's either gonna face off against New Caledonia or Jamaica. I think.
Right, but I'm saying the other side, Iraq will play. Oh no, it's Bolivia,
It's fuck.
Suriname or Bolivia.
Suriname
That's
or
correct.
Bolivia. That's tough. Bolivia, oof.
Nah, Bolivia's ass, bro. Bolivia's
Chill.
Saying
horrible. The 8th place team in fucking what is their
Yo,
Just sub in Bolivia is great in the shit. We need all need all the community.
all
Shout
you
out
niggas- yo,
Shane Lee, the Bolivian
Yo,
man.
all you
Fucking
niggas up there in the
shorty.
mountains, y'all are awful. Awful at this sport. Like one of the
Oh, you
yo.
niggas up in the
Nah.
The
Maga
disrespect.
Sam, holy shit.
The disrespect.
I'm not with
This
it.
been
New
shit.
Caledonia either. I'm not with it. I'm not with it.
Not with what?
I'm not with it.
He's
Why
just-
does New Caledonia
he's
have a
just
chance to go
Because
to
they're
the
from
World
the
Cup?
Oceania,
No,
broski.
bro,
They
no,
get
I'm
one
not with it.
place,
I'm
and the
not with
second place, they're not gonna go through anyways.
I'm not with it.
Told me
Who
I
should it
got-
be?
Said all
Give
you
it to
niggas
someone
from the bottom.
better.
He told me I got
Give it to
lucky
Gabon.
earlier.
Give Gabon the spot.
Give Gabon.
Give
the
Gabon
spot.
the spot.
You
I
heard?
feel
Gabon
like
the
you
spot.
should be. Don't look at
Give
Oceania. Look
Palestine
at
the spot.
Europe has
New
six,
Caledonia.
Bro, Europe
Name-
has 16
name-
teams.
Name anything from New Caledonia. Name anything from New
Name
Caledonia.
anything from Uzbekistan.
I can name you the player for plays for Manchester City.
Okay.
I can.
Okay,
New
I-
Caledonia has beautiful beaches. There you go. Shout out beaches, man. Shout out
That's the whole point of the competition.
Yeah,
to
it's
bring
the
to
World
light,
Cup,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
The best soccer nations in the world are supposed to.
Listen, if you can't make top 16 in Europe, I don't.
Then
wanna
you
hear
shouldn't go to the World Cup. I agree.
it. Okay, so then what is Gattuso all about, bro?
But then not the new.
Feed that man his
New-
panettone and
New
fucking put him
Caledonia.
to sleep. Hold that.
I'm not with it, bro. I'm all for like global inclusivity, but then come on,
You're
man.
not.
New
literally
Caledonia?
not, bro. You're literally not.
Wow.
What an under.
Wow. Who the fuck?
Mhm.
It's gonna be the nigga who collabed with Five Aside and Gold, bro. Like what the fuck?
That
Shout out
nigga's,
you.
that nigga's
Shout out you,
nice.
bro.
Shout out
you.
all the New Caledonians out
Shout
there.
out all
man.
the Bolivians.
What's his
shout
name
out
is
to
killing
all the
me.
New Caledonians.
Word.
We appreciate y'all. We
Love
respect.
y'all.
and
Shout out all the
love
old
your
Caledonians.
nation.
Yeah.
Same.
Seb might
From a
be.
footballing perspective, I don't need to see you, bro.
I don't need to see you.
I don't
It's
need
so
to see you.
crazy.
That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. In other news, in League we have some very, very tragic news.
Oh, really? The Nice players
Yeah.
got attacked.
So crazy story. Victims of racist abuse.
Damn.
Jeremy Boga and Terem Mofi announced that they are planning to leave Nice. Essentially, after their last game, they took a tough loss. They're sitting last place in the Europa League table right now. The fans have been getting on them. They've suffered a lot of like racial abuse from the crowds and stuff like that. But after their last loss, when the team bus got back to the training grounds, there were like 400 Nice ultras like waiting for them at the training ground. And a number of them actually stormed onto the bus and physically assaulted these two players from Nice, like punching them, kicking them, stepping on them. And yeah, they're currently like on leave from the club. They asked to like be removed from
That's insane.
all the club activities and stuff. But yeah, I believe one of them put out a statement just saying like how they just feel really like very unprotected.
course.
And obviously just like ashamed of like being a part of an organization that failed to protect them in this way. But I mean that shit is sad, bro. Like
It's too far. And
it's actually insane.
it happened to the German player, right? He wore a
He wore a Bayern.
Bayern thing, but it was like for a signing or something, or his mans or his friends, and then he got attacked by ultras too. People have pulled up at Neymar's crib before. That's why we talk about kind of lesser crazy fan stories in terms of like the Trent Alexander-Arnold abuse.
Yep.
But that's just one level, obviously, and that's nowhere near physical assault. But the point is like the level of entitlement that fans have over players starts there, and in the end, you can get levels of assault, which we've now seen multiple times within a year in multiple leagues, just within Europe alone. Not to mention anything in South America or in Africa or the rest of the world. Like it's really bad, and I know fans mean a lot to these teams, and they're a big reason that the players are able to have the people in the stadiums who buy their jerseys in the TV revenue, and that's what gets them rich. Blah blah blah. But like, you can't assault people, nigga. You actually can't do that, bro. It's actually just formally, naturally illegal. There's no, you just can't do that over a sporting event.
But I was thinking
I'm gonna run up on your bus at your work bus.
But I was
Imagine
thinking,
you on a work bus. Imagine us in Morocco.
Chill.
They're not right. I'm being
knock
dead
on
ass though.
fucking wood.
Now you want to be like,
Yeah. Nah,
Like, it's
but-
crazy.
I don't say wild shit, so nobody. I'm not getting jumped. I don't say nothing wild out here.
No, I was thinking about it the other day because like I don't know, definitely football in particular like bleeds into just like weird amounts of like it gets nasty at
the
some
nigga
point.
brought his grandfather's skull.
Yeah,
It goes
and I-
too far.
But even like
It goes too far,
this
bro.
This is probably not a favorable take, but I was watching the Barcelona game the other day, and like the pregame ritual, like they did like for when the Camp Nou like first back opened up, they did like 4 different songs, right? And like niggas was in the crowd, bro. Like they was at church, bro. Like I'm talking like hands in the air, like.
Bro, I was just in
Singing.
Sevilla. I can tell you
Yeah,
firsthand
like,
that
singing
shit
that
is
shit.
different. Yeah.
And like and obviously that's not a bad thing. Like there's nothing wrong with that, whatever. But it does show like I don't know, like something about the degree of fandom can get to like, okay, this shit is like culty. And then that's when you get these kind of like cult mindsets with the ultras where they're like, nah, like this is our responsibility. Like this club is our responsibility to get them in shape, and like we're gonna attack players.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not trying to compare the two instances. But
yeah, because the pregame music stuff is more every single.
I know.
Team,
I'm not comparing the two
The
instances.
psyche
I'm saying,
of beating someone up comes from what? Like you think that they failed you?
Yeah, no, it's the entitlement.
Right.
It's like an ownership. Like fans have so much passion that they almost think they have ownership over the players.
Right.
Because beating up,
right? It's
one thing to cuss, throw things, blah blah blah. But like actually, I'm actually fighting you, bro. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Malice at the Palace. Like what?
yeah, it's not.
Nah, and it's your team though, because Malice at the Palace was other fans.
Hold on.
It's really crazy.
Yeah, it's a sense of like ownership.
It has to be
Like,
ownership. It has to be, bro.
Where it's like, oh, like this is our
Our
responsibility.
video.
But I'm saying like
It's
that
crazy.
shit is weird though. Like
Yeah.
as much as it's like sad,
No,
like,
football's
it's
religion.
also like, yo, like
It's too much.
Like you're actually weird for that.
Yeah,
Like you're a weird ass nigga.
I agree. It's too much.
Should we do?
I don't know how to explain that more.
No, I know what you
You
mean,
actually like something's wrong with you, bro.
Yeah, it's too much.
A very exciting news in the football world. We have new Adidas Predators that are hitting the scene, specifically the Predator Elites. My question to y'all, which I'll start off with, which footballer all time were the Predators that was your favorite to look up to? For me, it was David Beckham. Used to have the gold and silver ones he had. This was back in school days. Was trying to curl free kicks like him, send passes like, off the wing and all that. What about y'all?
I think arguably one of the most underrated Italian players of all time, Alessandro Del Piero, wore the Predators while he was at Juventus, wore them for Italy as well. I don't think anyone, aside from maybe Insigne, has scored goals like that for Italy. That turn, curl, and put the ball into the top. And like you said, Beckham did it. Del Piero did it. Must be something with the Predators.
For me, I'm gonna go with a player that I know more for style than for his skill on the pitch, but he's also a skiller.
Baller.
David Alaba.
Baller still.
He wore the Adidas Predator Bape collaboration, the green ones, when he came back from injury. And for me, it was just cool after not seeing him on the pitch for such a long time to come back with like kind of a statement piece on the feet was tough.
I have to go with the one and only Zizou, Zinedine Zidane, who scored a Champions League final winning goal in Predator boots. One of the best Champions League winning goals I've probably ever seen in the 2002 final versus Bayer Leverkusen. They were specifically the Adidas Predator Manias. Y'all all know the volley, left-footed, top bins, one of the most elegant players of all time. Wore them as well in 2006. Obviously got sent off in the final, but yeah. He embodied the Predator. We even saw him at the World Cup release for the new ball as well in Predator. So he's been part of the Adidas legacy. So definitely gotta go with Zizou.
Okay.
For sure. That's a legendary lineup for the Predators, which you could find at a legendary store at Pele Soccer Shop in Times Square, the #1 store in New York.
Speaking
Bow.
of legacy, NBA Europe looks to be bringing teams to Europe. A German team will be chosen by NBA. What city, based on their football and culture, deserves to have the next iteration of an NBA team in Germany? You could have Munich, you could have Dortmund, you could also pick a Leverkusen, even a Schalke. What team should be given the next NBA Europe team in Germany?
I'm actually gonna go with Frankfurt.
Hey.
And you know this because on the panel, we were on the panel with a guy who's the head of the international sports director. Excuse me, the head of international sports direction at Frankfurt, and talked about how they just have thousands and thousands of athletes all around the world across different sports. People at the time were competing in the World Games for athletics or for track and field. So a club there that is a club there that is dedicated to sports overall and not just purely football and has already shown success across the entire board, I think they would make the most sense. Because it's not as simple as, oh, we have the best football team, that means we'll have the best basketball team. No, you need to show proof that you can invest in a bunch of different sporting projects. So I'll go with Frankfurt.
I mean, the cliche answer is gonna be Dortmund. Like to have the version of the yellow wall inside of a basketball arena. I could even envision like 3 sides.
I mean,
of
NBA
the
Europe,
arena.
like European basketball, is like that.
They
No,
already
it's
have
crazy.
fan sections. Yeah,
No,
so
it's better than the U.S.
yeah. So to see that like close to the court, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If we had to pick a team, I mean, Bayern's obviously doing the thing within the league. It's a team that has a lot of NBA players support them as well. This would be cool for them to be able to be part of NBA Europe. Shout out on that. Shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? All-timer. Beat my Heat. back in the day.
Let us know what Bundesliga team you think deserves to have an NBA team in this new edition of NBA Europe.
I have Sevilla stories, but I'll tell them next time. Great fans. What?
We're going to Sevilla, boy.
Bro, the fan culture for practice, we're talking about practice, was better than games here.
You should have jumped in.
Yeah. Yo, Betis is so much better, though. Betis missed Anthony, Isco, Amrabat, and Lo Celso. And
Still watch them.
2-0. Didn't even have to play that hard. Yeah. Sevilla's players is just not, they don't have it right now. They have way more history.
We've seen them before. That's so funny.
Yeah, the same game, Guadalajara, and now with the Mexican. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Five Aside on beIN Sports. Today we're talking about the league on table. French soccer is looking more interesting than it ever has. The return of Paul Pogba. We're going to also speak about Afcon, the groups of death. What teams do you not want to see? What teams does your nation not want to face? And then lastly, there's a lot of controversy because some coaches aren't super keen on letting their players go represent their nations in Africa. We're going to get into all that right now. But first, we have to speak about the French league table. So what's going on in France is unprecedented. We haven't seen the French league look like this in a long time. Right now, we have Lens in first with 31 points after 14 games. PSG just 1 point behind. Marseille 1 point behind PSG. Lille and Rennes rounding out the top five. It's been a long time since we've seen a team other than PSG really push it for the top spot. But to see Lens up top there, to see Marseille really neck and neck with PSG, does this feel like maybe a new moment for the French league? And is it something that you guys are interested in tuning into?
Yeah, I mean, I watched PSG over the weekend against Monaco, obviously looking for Pogba.
Yep.
But they lost. And Monaco was a man down for a portion of the game, and they just don't look as scary as they have in previous years. And I think they're going for it in the Champions League. They've been performing really well, but domestically, it's just like they're missing a little bit of that oomph. And it's hard to defend a title, so I understand, but they just don't look like the PSG of previous years.
I think it's really good for France because we talked a lot about Marseille coming into the season, the signings that were made, the kind of vibe under De Zerbi. We expected Marseille to maybe give a good push, but the fact that they're right there, but then you have a completely separate team and Lens actually sitting in first after, 14 games, I think the league is a lot more competitive than people give it credit for.
So speaking of that competitiveness, now that Pogba is back, what does that mean for his chances at a World Cup? It's a competitive league now. We can't necessarily just call it a farmers league.
Right.
Pogba is playing in a league that allows for there to be title contenders and championships like storylines. If Pogba puts in a good shift, does he get a spot at that World Cup?
And of course, he's playing in his home country. And the key matchups, obviously getting consistent run of games, something that should be good for him for his legs to get acclimated to the sport. But he has to show up in the big games. Obviously, he was able to step in for Monaco, secure the 1-0. PSG, let's see how Monaco goes up against the other big teams.
Yeah, another thing is that Didier Deschamps is trusting of Pogba. He was on the pitch, dominated in 2018 when they won the World Cup. So even though he obviously hasn't had the same last few years of the likes of maybe a Kefren Turam and guys like that, who of course I think will still make the team, I think some of those lower end midfielders of that 25-man squad, he can knock one out if he puts in a really good second half of the season. Because again, he has that trust from the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my concern is they've been like phasing Pogba back into the team. Like he still hasn't, I don't think he started a game yet. He's still like coming off the bench. I don't think he's played in Champions League yet, even though like that's obviously clearly important. So my fear is just like I'm wondering when he's finally gonna start and become like a regular,
consistent, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
become like an influential part of the team
week in and
from
week
the
out.
jump. Because when he's coming on in the last 20 to 30 minutes, it's like, all right, we see a couple good passes, we might see, but like we're not seeing him in his full flight.
Yeah.
And so it's like, obviously I respect the fact that they're phasing him back in, but with the World Cup coming so quickly, it's like, we might need him to start starting some games real soon. So I don't know.
2026, PogBACK, man.
It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think with a World Cup, the World Cup is such a different tournament than like a normal league phase. You bring Pogba as a coach, I would bring Pogba even if we don't see him get that stretch of games that you're asking for. Because when it comes to World Cup and you're playing the Netherlands in a semifinal and you need a player who has the experience to like not get shocked, not get nervous and really play into that, or even someone on the bench or in the locker room to like talk to people and calm them down,
leadership.
you bring Pogba. He's one of the only French midfielders in the world that can speak to that position, having won the tournament.
Yeah, and I do think Deschamps has.
And remember, they lost the last one. They lost the last final.
Yeah.
So you need someone. You need someone who doesn't really have that. You know.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, we won, boys.
Exactly. Speaking of difficulty in tournaments, the Cameroon squad right now is looking a little interesting because a player is going to have difficulty going to the tournament and playing on the field. You might watch from the stands, but Andre Onana is not part of the Cameroon squad. He's been putting in some decent performances in Turkey, so honestly, as a Cameroonian, I'm a little surprised, but there have been issues and, there's always been a little bit of doubt cast on his play style. Coaches have often said that he wants to make the game a little bit too much about himself. He wants to be a very modern goalkeeper, and some teams don't necessarily have the equipment to handle a goalkeeper that wants to be that modern. But he's probably if not one of the most famous Cameroonian soccer players in the world, and they have decided not to bring him to the tournament. What do you guys think? Would you guys ever allow your nations to do something like this?
It's hilarious. What's more interesting to me is the fact that the coach was also fired. So Bryce was let go, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but the fact that he didn't want to show up for to announce the team sheets for the World Cup qualifiers was like a huge point of controversy, and I think Samuel Eto'o hasn't let that go. Like that really, he fired him citing subterfuge, and so he clearly.
What was the word?
Subterfuge.
I don't even know what that means.
We can Google it.
Yeah. And Eto'o just got reelected as well as the president of the Cameroonian Federation as well.
Yeah, so it's Eto'o's house now.
Yeah, so it feels a little bit like a reset by firing the coach, by not bringing in a major key figure. And there was a little bit that was actually done with Spain after the failure of the 2022 World Cup, leading into the new coach, Luis de la Fuente, and you see the success now of what they did in the Euros. So sometimes when you are this bigger nation with the expectations and maybe there's a little bit of favoritism, the shakeup can be good. But regardless of that idea, to me, it doesn't make sense to not have Onana. With the fact that he's now playing much better in Turkey and everything going on, and Afcon being a tournament, not even just a league or anything like that, to me, it feels a bit strange.
Yeah, and just to clarify, the word was subterfuge, which is deceit used in order to achieve one's goal.
Wow.
Deceit?
Yeah.
That's what he cited for
That's what he said, yeah.
Hey, learn something new every day.
It does
every day.
It does feel like a little bit of like Succession or one of those like political shows.
Of course.
You know,
heavy.
where it's like Eto'o reelected, and then he gets rid of all the people that
It's a
like
power move.
aren't getting along with him.
Which is terrible for soccer.
Yeah.
We don't need power moves. We need the best players on the field. Like, I don't need you to prove you're the king here.
Yeah.
Just pick the best players. I beg you, please. Please just pick.
Everybody want to be CEO, huh?
And it's weird because it's not like we're looking at just some businessman that's running the Cameroonian Federation. It's a previous player, one of the best players, one of the best African players, or
He
one of the best
himself
players.
complained
Period.
about this exact nonsense when he was a player.
Yeah.
Right. So to see him now perpetrating it is like
Samuel.
Corruption is only bad if
Samuel.
I am not involved.
Yeah, right.
This is one of my favorite sentiments. All right, so let's speak about a little bit of the difficulty in Africa.
Yeah.
Not off the field, but this time on the field. The groups for Afcon
There's some tough
have been out for quite some time. But we're getting very close.
Yeah.
Tournament is very, very near. And some of the groups of death are Group B, Angola, Egypt, South Africa, and Zimbabwe.
Yep.
Group D, Benin, Botswana, DR Congo, and Senegal. And most importantly, Group F, Cameroon, Gabon, Ivory Coast, and Mozambique. Which one would y'all say is the toughest group?
I'd probably go with Group F.
yeah.
You have the reigning champs in Cote d'Ivoire. You have Cameroon, one of the most historic nations in Africa, who still have a very talented squad. Have some guys absolutely balling out in Europe right now. Gabon, who was so close to getting their first berth, and you have the amazing partnership between Aubameyang and Dennis Bouanga and Lamina as well in the midfield. Man, that to me, that's the toughest group. The other two are pretty tough as well, but give me Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, Gabon, Mozambique as the toughest group.
So
F.
who's getting out of that group?
Two only, right?
Two only. Well, it could be three, but just give me your...
Yeah,
give me your...
my top two, I'll go Cote d'Ivoire and Cameroon.
Okay. Gabon
Yeah,
home.
I would agree.
More disappointment for Aubameyang. Wow.
Someone's getting disappointed. You know what I mean? If it's not them, it's y'all. I think Cote d'Ivoire tops it. Yeah.
Group B is balanced excuse me. Group B is balanced in an interesting way, with Egypt leading there. Obviously the North African team has a lot of history. In the Afcon, Egypt is synonymous with that in a way.
Yep.
Number one.
Go to Angola, you have a lot of players with a lot of skill on the ball. You're talking about the Angolan team, how they look for their star player and go through there. Zimbabwe, underdogs. You know what I mean? And then South Africa have Cassie Flavor. So I feel like Group B could be a sleeper. It could be a tight competition there compared to the other groups.
I agree. I think Group D as well. So we have Benin, Botswana, DR Congo, Senegal.
Yeah.
Senegal, another African giant. DR Congo, we've seen what they just did to Nigeria. So
Crazy.
they've proven that they can pull, an upset, quote unquote. Botswana and Benin, I'm imagining they're both going to be very physical and defensive against all the other teams in their group. So it's really going to come down to whether or not like Congo and Senegal could like take down, basically like break down those defenses. And we've seen time and time again how like those teams that sit deep, let them get one counter attack,
especially in tournament ball.
You know what
tournament
I mean?
balls
They'll
like
sneak out that 1-0 victory.
Yeah.
And so I think that one can also be a little bit of a toss up. I'm gonna go Senegal, Congo, but I think Benin can maybe sneak in there with some results.
Speaking about sneaking in and perhaps in this case sneaking out, we have a little bit of controversy coming out of the top European clubs in the world because coaches and federations are having a little bit of a battle that happens every time that Afcon is on. There is this struggle with coaches not necessarily valuing Afcon for the African players that play for their clubs. And so you have Cesc Fabregas, who I respect, and I was very surprised that he said this, but he said that his Senegalese player, Assane Diao, that it didn't make sense for him to go and play for Como. It didn't make sense for him to go and play for Senegal as a Como player. I have to say, I don't think he would say that if it was a Euros or if it was a Copa America. So there is still this sentiment that going and playing in the African tournament is not really worth it, quote unquote. Now, I understand that clubs have this issue because your player leaves during the middle of the season and you're the one paying his salary. So if he gets injured or you lose him for 3 months, you still got to pay him. That sucks. However, it is an international tournament. I think more respect needs to be put on it. But what do you guys think?
I think that I don't think it's from a lack of respect. I think it's more a selfishness from the coaches and the teams, not thinking about what it means for that player to go back to Africa to represent their nation and play into what is absolutely the equivalent of a Euros and a Copa America. It is very unfortunate that it is during the club season and that does remove them from important games. Como is having an exceptional season too, and I think Fabregas probably feels the history that's about to be made in that whole project. So he feels the urgency of this season, and missing a player that good for just a few games could have a big impact. You know how tight tables get. So I don't think, so I don't think in his specific case, other people like Carragher was disrespect. I don't think Fabregas is disrespect, but it is selfishness because he's only thinking about Como and his own success. He's not thinking about what it means for that player.
I feel like it can't be anything but disrespect. Because if you're going to play for a team like Senegal, bro, like Senegal, even looking at World Cup, people are talking about Senegal as a dark horse.
Yeah,
like they have the possibility to win the whole thing. I could understand if he was going to play for Benin or one of the teams that people are saying like people aren't projecting them to go on and win the tournament. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna lose my player for a team that's likely to like lose in the group stage. Sure, but for a team that's actually competing for the whole entire thing to come out and win, to be like, oh, it's not worth it. It's like, that's just a lack of respect for like what that title is, because you wouldn't want your player, if you value that player that much, you wouldn't want him to miss out on that possibility. You wouldn't want him to miss out on that.
That's what I'm saying. It's selfish. And I don't think he would even care what country he's at, because the fact that I'm missing you for games when I need you so we can potentially go to the Champions League. I think so. That's why I think it's just super selfish. I don't think he's disrespecting Afcon, because I think he'd have the same mindset of any tournament during the season where the player has to leave, whether it was a Gold Cup, whatever.
I don't think he would.
But the other thing is, Europe would never do that, because the European club would never have the European competition during that.
We'll never
it's
know.
kind of never,
We'll never know.
But I think overall we can agree selfishness is part of it, for sure.
Guys, let us know what you think in the comments. This has been another episode of Five Aside on beIN Sports. We'll see you in Morocco very soon.
All right, y'all. That was episode 107 of the Five Aside Podcast. This was my edition of a flu game. Came straight from Morocco. Before that, Madrid, Spain. Week in Sevilla. About to talk about that soon. Documentary on the way. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. All that is free. It helps us out. Peace.